Hey there, so I hadn't planned this video at all. I'm in the middle of so many different things right now, but I remember tomorrow I have a friend's birthday and she is a really near and dear friend of mine. So I wanted to give her something special. I was gonna go out to get her something, but I had no clue what to do. And I remember I bought these little jewelry organizers for travel, and I'm gonna customize it for her to give it to her on her birthday. And I thought I would show you guys, so let's do it. Okay, so here's the little box, which I honestly find ideal. Got one for myself too, actually. The first thing I did was clean the area I'm going to paint with acetone to remove any varnishes that the material may have, so that my paint can stick better. And then I cleaned that acetone with rubbing alcohol. My canvas is dried and ready, and these are the colors I chose. My friend adores butterflies, so I thought I would start with that. And I'm kinda eyeballing where the center is to draw the body for my butterfly. And then I started adding the wings. I am not really good at drawing butterflies, believe it or not. They always seem off, but I still try. Anyhow, I'm happy with how the butterfly is looking, so I start to add the flowers I wanted around it. And when I add the first two is when I notice how off-center my butterfly really was. I try to fix it by making the one wing bigger, but it didn't work. So I actually brought out a ruler and I noticed I was in fact off by about ½ centimeter. So I marked that and tried to fix it by making the butterfly a little bit thicker and bigger. I fiddled with it a little bit longer, but eventually I noticed it wasn't working, and I just decided I was going to take as much of the paint off as I could using more acetone. I had to run out, so I had to let it sit there until the next day, and when I came back to it, I actually changed my mind about the color scheme and switched the colors. This time I measured the space for the wings as well, and I try to make the whole thing more symmetrical. So my advice, and what I'll do next time, if you do decide to do this, make a sketch at least. Don't do what I do. Or if it's a center design, at least measure. Again, don't do it as I did it. Now it looks more centered and symmetrical, so I just continued adding details and more layers of paint to cover the mess from below. I finally started working outside the butterfly and did some little branches for my design. I was going for something folksy. I started to add different types of flowers to decorate the rest of the box, and I did mess up one of the flowers with my hand, but I just made it bigger to cover the stain. Easy fix. Since the birthday was in a few hours, I did bring my heat gun out to help me with the drying process, and I remember someone told me I had to remove this plastic cap to use it, but as you can see, it's screwed in, so I just used it that way. I also added my friend's initials to the design, and I started adding details to the leaves. I kept touching up things a lot. I wanted the body of the butterfly to be thinner, and I added a lot of tiny details on the flowers themselves. Once the butterfly finally dried, I started adding details on top of it too, making the illustration a little bit more complex. And then I thought I would add gold to my friend's initials, but you can see how much I hesitate in doing this because the gold you cannot get out and the nib is super thick, so it's really hard to be precise. So until I gathered the braveness to add it on top of the initials, I detoured onto outlining the butterfly with some details and then did the letters. I had to be so close up to the box to do this, I couldn't get any footage. You could only see my head. But here we are. I polished some details and then cleaned a little bit of the mess that I made on this side with more acetone. Once I was sure it was super dry, I was ready to finish it. And this is the most important step, using the acrylic finisher to protect the paint. I use this brand, Angelos, which is a leather paint brand, and it's really great quality. This keeps the design from scraping. I gave it a couple of layers of that and I was finished. I just had to wrap the present up and leave for the party. I am editing this video a few weeks after, and I just wanted to quickly interrupt to say this could be a really nice Mother's Day gift idea. I mean, other than a friend idea, don't you think this would be cute for your mom or for your grandma? I know I would love if my daughter would paint one of these for me, so I just wanted to say that. Let's continue with the video. I hope you enjoyed this little process. To be honest, I always get nervous about giving people stuff that I paint as a gift. I don't want anyone to feel obligated to hang my art on their walls. But I think this type of thing is perfect because it shows my love by making something handmade,
but it's small enough that it's not a huge artistic statement on someone else's space. In any case, because I did paint this a couple of months ago, I can happily report she did love it. So now I want to do more. I hope you enjoyed this extra little video and that I'll see you in the next one soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye!